Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Elias Macko Show. We are with you until noon, and the show is just action-packed. I will alert you to this. Half an hour's time are in transit for Friday. Traffic court returns. So for those of you, maybe in the last week or so, you've received a ticket because you were parked in a snowbank, your car was towed because you didn't move your car for snow removal. If you've gotten a ticket of late or a historic ticket you want to reminisce about, we will do it today on Traffic Court. Get those stories ready for 10:30. We begin this second hour of the program by talking a bit of politics. Two Liberal Party sources say the party has sent leadership candidate Ruby Dhalla a series of questions addressing concerns over potential foreign interference from India and alleged irregularities in her campaign. That's the reporting from our next guest, Robert Fife, reporting that in the Globe and Mail, and he is on the line. Robert, welcome back to the show.
Happy to be here.
You watched the hockey. First things first, you watched the hockey game last night?
I couldn't do it. I was too nervous. But I was up early this morning to see that we won and cheered them on.
Okay, as long as that was the first thought in your mind when you woke up, did we win?
It was the first thought when I went to bed and the first thought when I got up. But I just couldn't handle the tension of the thought that we would lose, and I'm so grateful that we didn't.
Oh, I could definitely understand that. There is anxiety that comes with these big sporting events. Okay, so Robert, let's get to the politics of the day. Let's get to your big story from this week. Tell our listeners here just what the Liberal Party is asking one of its candidates.
Well, Ruby Dhalla is a former Liberal MP. She's thrown her hat into the ring. On Monday, her campaign was given 27 questions from the Liberal Party about campaign irregularities and what they consider to be questions that allege foreign interference operations in her campaign. The Liberal Party, I wrote the story. The Liberal Party then said, well, none of the questions related to foreign interference from India. Ms. Dhalla posted on X and other social media platforms statements as well as video saying that she has been accused of being involved, that India has been involved in her campaign, so that's foreign interference. Mm-hmm. And she said it's completely wrong and unfair, and she's a Canadian citizen, and she's a woman of dark skin, and she's being the party is going after her unfairly because she says if she may have support from people of Indian origin or South Asian origin, doesn't mean that it mm-hmm. means that the government of India is trying to help her campaign. She's also some of the other campaign regularities that they've asked questions about is whether she has used people who work for a company. They're working on her campaign, but are they being paid or are they truly volunteers? And there have been questions as well about campaign donations, particularly from people who use the same credit card, which raises questions.
Oh, this is an interesting point, right? So I'm reading your story yesterday. 6 couples donated to her campaign using the same credit card. That's the allegation here?
Yes, because it's something that campaigns watch for because you can have credit cards buying memberships for people, and they're really, the people haven't really paid the money out of their own pocket. Somebody else is paying for their memberships, and that basically buying their vote. In this particular instance, according to the Dhalla campaign, is that the 12 individuals or the 6 couples, they had joint bank accounts, and they had the same credit card and same credit card number, and that's why. But it was a husband and wife that bought the tickets. Mm. I think the Liberal parties asked for attestation forms to make sure that is the case, and I believe they've also wanted to have affidavits from the volunteers that they in fact are not being paid by Ms. Dhalla's campaign. But what I think is going on here is that they want to get rid of her. Mm. She has been critical of Justin Trudeau in a much stronger way than, say, Mark Carney or Chrystia Freeland has been. But also she's been taking pot shots at Mark Carney, who is the Liberal frontrunner And my suspicion, and we'll wait and see whether that is true or not, that they don't want her on the stage during the debates that take place on Monday and Tuesday. It really doesn't matter whether she's on the debate in French because she doesn't speak French. She apparently wants to come on and give a statement in an opening and closing statement, which I guess it would be in French, but she would read it in tortured French, but she wouldn't be able to participate in the actual debate. But she would be able, obviously, to be able to participate in the Tuesday debate, the English debate, and I think some Liberals are concerned that she is, going to go pretty hard on Mr. Carney and to try to take some of the shine off of him, and that's not what they want to have happen. So. But there may also be very, very legitimate things going on here about whether, campaign irregularities and the party says that they never they never asked questions about foreign interference from India. It's a whole lot of ways that they could be asking.
You can ask the same that question in various ways, I imagine, right?
Exactly. So, but I think their campaign clearly seemed to. That they read it, that they're accusing them of foreign interference.
With Robert Fife from the Globe and Mail, let me ask you this, Robert, because we have asked Ruby Dhalla to come on this program repeatedly. I've reached out. I've slid into the DMs on Twitter. Our team here has sent out multiple requests, okay? And there's been an unwillingness to do interviews. I haven't seen her do interviews anywhere else, and part of me says, is this even a real campaign? So I have questions there, and to hear that you believe the Liberal Party doesn't want her on the stage next week, that's eye-opening too. But do you believe her campaign is a legitimate one?
Well, look, and the other questions have been raised about whether Conservatives have been helping her out, including Patrick Brown, the mayor of Barrie, a former Conservative MP, former Ontario Party leader. He's denied that he has been involved. He said all the Liberal leadership campaigns had asked for his help. Remember, he's in the Brampton area where there's a big South Asian community, and he's a pretty important player in that community. She has said, she's got former Conservatives supporting her, but beyond that, that's all she said. Look, she has not been involved in federal politics since 2011, when she lost the election campaign. So it was obviously a bit of a surprise to see her enter the campaign. And, was she doing it for ego purposes, or she's doing it as a stalking horse or somebody? I don't know. I have no idea.
To wrap up here, Robert, this news that you reported this week comes 2 weeks after we found out that Chrystia Freeland has been targeted by a Chinese foreign interference campaign, right? So I'm just thinking about this, Indian foreign interference this week, Ruby Dhalla. 2 weeks ago, Chrystia Freeland, Chinese foreign interference. 3 weeks ago, we got that report on foreign interference, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, it just keeps happening. I wonder.
Get used to it.
Yeah, get
used to it.
Really? Why? Why do you say that?
Well, because, foreign states can have an influence on election campaigns. Not to say that they're going to have an influence on the overall election campaign, but we know from 2021 that Aaron O'Toole, the Conservative leader, thinks that the party may have lost up to 8 seats because of Chinese foreign interference. And they're getting much more sophisticated at it because of AI. The disinformation campaigns that go on, that you're hearing stuff that is negative about a campaign, and you think it's real because they've manufactured what the person is saying, or they're manufactured what other important people may be saying about somebody. It's a really serious threat, and we have to do much more of it. But we're all, you and me and everybody in Canadian society, are going to have to become much more educated and more attuned to the information that we're seeing on social media, whether it's in fact manufactured, or is it, is it really, this is real disinformation? They use bots to spread disinformation about candidates. And all we know from the Hogue Inquiry into foreign interference that China and India are big players in trying to spread disinformation to have try to favor people that they think will be easier or more easily manipulated in Parliament. And we know the Russians do disinformation as well, not so much to elect candidates or get candidates elected, but to spread disinformation to get right-wing groups or left-wing groups or whatnot to
and just to sow
question
distrust.
the legitimacy of the country.
Yeah.
What's that?
And just to sow distrust in a country, right? In the political system and everything. Robert, listen, we're going to have to leave it there. I hope you head over to your TV and catch up on the highlights on the hockey game on SportsCenter or wherever.
I have already seen it all.
Awesome. Robert, always great talking to you. Thanks so much.
Ciao. Bye.
Robert Fife from the Globe and Mail.